So recently I saw a post on Reddit. A student from Norway came to Estonia and shared his experiences. According to the post, double cheeseburger in McDonald's in Sweden costs about 30 kroons, which is 2.53 euros. When he came to Estonia, he found out that the same burger costs about 4.35 euros, almost double the cost in Sweden. Now, this is not something new. I have talked about this in one of the most popular videos that I have made about cost of living in Estonia a couple of years ago. Back then, I got a lot of pushback from a lot of people who said that this comparison was wrong, or I am choosing products which are very different and they are imported to Estonia. But that said, in this few years, by now, I think the consensus has largely been established. Estonia is not a cheap country. That is what expats think. That is what many tourists also think as well. But in this video, I want to bring the discussion even further. I want to ask this question: is Estonia affordable? Now, this question is very generic and it will depend on a lot of different factors, and I will explain through the video what these factors are. And this question is definitely open, and I would like to hear your answers in the end and in the comments below as well. So the first thing I did after I saw this post was to find out what is the real cost of a McDonald's double cheeseburger in Sweden versus in Estonia. Now, McDonald's doesn't post its national prices online, but fortunately we have Volt, which is a food delivery company, and that it posts its prices online between Sweden and Estonia. So if I order a double cheeseburger in, for example, Sweden, the cost for me is about 33 SEK, which is about 2.7 euros. But if I order the same double cheeseburger in Estonia through Wolt without any delivery charges, then the cost is about 5.3 euros, which is again almost double. And that said, Sweden has almost double the median income as compared to Estonia. So in order to find more about this topic, I researched the Estonian news and tried to look for articles that have dealt with this topic. Now, Estonians have generally compared their prices and their income with Finland, which is of course also a part of Scandinavia. And there is this really great article from last year in August, which compares the prices of goods, grocery prices between Estonia and Finland. Prices in Estonia, in quite a few cases, are actually equal or higher than Finland. Now, it is also important to understand the difference in median income between Estonia and Finland. Now, median income is a much better measure of income as compared to average income, because average income is skewed quite heavily if we have heavy earners or we have people who earn very low. Now, the median income for Estonia was around 1,500 euros in 2023, whereas in Finland it was about 3,200 euros, almost double as compared to Estonia. Now we come at the grocery prices as reported in Postimees, the article where I am talking from. Now I am going to put the link to the article down in the description below so you can go and check yourself. The article is a year old. The prices might not be fully updated, but here we go. So the price of per kilogram cheese in Estonia is about 20% more than in Finland. Milk is about 16% more in Estonia than in Finland per kilogram. So 1 liter of milk in Estonia is 0.99 euros, whereas a liter of milk in Finland is 0.85 euros. Oat milk is actually €1 more expensive in Estonia than in Finland. A bag of 2 kilogram potatoes was 2.5 euros in Estonia, whereas the same bag for 2 kilograms in Finland was less than 2 euros. Pork and beef was the same price between Estonia and Finland, and salmon was actually the same as well. So there is no difference in prices, or very minor differences in prices between Estonia and Finland for meat overall. Now, what is the reason for these higher prices in Estonia? Majority of the difference is because of the energy prices. Now, energy prices in Estonia have increased quite a bit since the war. There was a time when price per kilowatt hour in Estonia was about 25 euros per kilowatt hours, and that has now increased to almost 150 euros per kilowatt hours, an increase of almost 6 times. And this has affected almost all the areas that are affected by energy. Another reason that is also mentioned by The Economist noticed, and that has always been the case in case of Estonia, is that Estonia mostly imports most of its food goods from abroad. And since Estonia is a very small market, the importers increase their prices to keep their profits the same. Now, the electricity prices in Estonia have been quite a lot. I mean, they have been eating away at the income of people since the last year, primarily due to war. There have been numerous instances where the prices in Estonia have increased more than their northern neighbor of Finland. There have been a lot of articles on this topic as well. And there have been quite a few protests about the energy prices as well, where one person in this picture saying in Estonian that all of their pension income is actually eaten away by their electricity bill. So how can they make sure that they feed their family in the small pension that they have? Now, these were the grocery prices and the electricity prices in Estonia, but what about the accommodation prices? Now, accommodation prices in Estonia are still, well, relatively cheaper than, for example, Finland, if we compare them to the central areas or the areas which are near the city center or the main city. So Estonia is actually double the rent from 10 years ago, which is the highest percentage increase across the whole of Eurozone. Now, we have talked about the prices of groceries as compared to Finland. We have talked about the rents, and we have also talked about the energy prices and higher energy prices. Is Estonia affordable or not? I think this question has three different answers. What is affordability? Affordability is compared to your income. I mean, if you're earning a lot and you have very less expenses, then of course this price increases don't mean much to you. If your earnings are the same and your energy bill suddenly becomes 6 times what it was a year ago, what are you going to do about that? Now, if we talk about the earning brackets in Estonia, then there is a huge disparity. I mean, for example, if you are a tech worker in Estonia, then you are earning almost 2 to 3 times the average national salary that is in Estonia, so more than 3,500 euros per month. But what about other side? The side which is earning the lowest, like people who are pensioners, people who work at grocery stores, nurses, policemen. These are the people whose wages have not increased comparatively as compared to the price increase that we have seen. And these are the people who are being hit the hardest with these increases. Now, according to the same article that I referenced earlier in Postimees, according to IMF, if we divide the income households in Estonia into 5 brackets, the lowest 20% in Estonia are facing an increase of 25% in their expenses. Whereas if you compare it similarly to, for example, Finland, the lowest 20% income earners in Finland, I mean, the prices there have also increased as well, but they are only facing an increase of about 4% in Finland, which means that their price increase for groceries or for energy, which are like basic goods, have not been as drastic as compared to Estonia. Estonia in the last, since 2020, quarter 1 till 2023, quarter 1 has faced an increase of about 33% in the CPI, Consumer Price Index, which means that it is almost a third more expensive for same goods in Estonia. The important thing here is that I want to stress, as I said before, that if you are, for example, a higher earner who is earning 2 times or 3 times the average national income, then these increases probably don't mean much to you. And I see this quite often in the online discourse as well. People come from many other countries. People say that, oh my God, Estonia is so cheap. I mean, if you are coming to Estonia with foreign salary, then of course Estonia is definitely cheap. But if you are in Estonia with an Estonian salary and the average or below average salary, then Estonia is fast becoming unaffordable. And I can say that for people who are at the lowest income bracket in Estonia, I think Estonia has probably become almost unaffordable. This is an open question. I would like to hear your experiences, your thoughts if you have been living in Estonia in the past 5 years or even more. What do you think about this price increases as compared to income? Now, again, this is a very subjective question, but I have tried to give you information from all the relevant sources that have talked about this topic. I would like to hear more from you, and please let me know in comments what do you think about this. In the end, I would just like to talk about how can we deal with this cost of living crisis. I think there was a time when we could say that we could deal with this by saving. So instead of going out maybe twice a month, you go out maybe once a month. You try to save on groceries by not eating out as much. But I think the time is long past for that. I think the only real way to save, or in order to survive this economy, which is actually almost everywhere, the inflation is hitting hard everybody across the world, is to actually increase your income. Try to find out a source of income, maybe preferably online. Try to give a service, try to sell something, try to learn on how to earn more, because I think this is the only way that we can ride out this increase in prices, because I don't see it going down anytime soon. I wish you all the best. This is something that I have been going on in my mind for quite a long time, and I would like to hear your thoughts down below as well. What do you think? Please let me know in comments. Please be respectful to everybody else there and myself as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye, and have a lovely evening.